UEFA has opened its bidding rights for the season of 2027 till 2031, opening bidding in 5 countries for media rights, aiming at ensuring that football is now even more popular with broadcast rights and, of course, the money that is involved with media financing as well. This is monumental when it comes to the sport that is probably one of the most popular sports across Europe and throughout the world as well. I'm Ahmed Nawaz. You're watching Sports Extra on Pakistan TV. We've got lots more to discuss. Let's take a look at what we're discussing in our top stories. Of course, like I said, we continue first of all with UEFA, but then we've got some big news, as we know that football is now reaching places where we never even thought. FIFA World Cup qualifiers, a historic moment for the Blue Sharks as Cape Verde beat Eswatini 3-0, the first ever FIFA World Cup spot, the smallest African nation to ever qualify for the tournament, currently ranked 70th globally. So I believe that people of Cape Verde have got something to celebrate, as they will be now heading towards the World Cup in USA and Mexico. But the fact still remains that there is so much excitement when it comes to football in Africa. People are so much focused on Europe that sometimes they forget how important football is to the African continent as well. So I think we'll be discussing that in detail. Then we move on and we discuss the Olympic partnership, which has now been enhanced as the International Olympic Committee and the World Olympic Association are renewing partnership in expanding programs for athlete welfare. The partnership is going to be built on solid governance. Olympians will be serving as role models and ambassadors. Initiatives focused on greater outcomes as well. This is a great sign for people participating under the Olympic umbrella. Then we move on to mixed martial arts, and we will be discussing MMA in detail with you as well, as we give you all the updates regarding the showdown which is set between Mateusz Gamrot, who's preparing for UFC Showdown, as he faces the former champion Oliveira soon. High-stakes fight will be a breakthrough for the Polish fighter, who's seeking global recognition. The last time they met in 2022, with the results not turning in their favor. Then we, of course, come to hockey, Sultan of Johor hockey tournament. We give you all the updates of Pakistan versus India, and we tell you what is there on offer, as well as the Pakistan Hockey Federation has issued guidelines to the Pakistan team that not shaking hands with India is probably on the cards. If they're not ready to do that, Pakistan has been advised the same. Then we move on and we discuss Pakistan's test match against South Africa, which is now of pretty much interest. Pakistan has been bowled out on a total which not many would have thought would be probably one to be achieved. South Africa bundled out for 269 in their first innings, Noman Ali taking 6 wickets and Sajid picking up 3. But Pakistan were very, very disappointing in their second innings. Batters who reached 90s, 70s were out cheaply. Pakistan now, of course, have got 51 for 2. South Africa need another 226 runs when they come out to bat tomorrow. Of course, the close of play has already taken place in the day. That's what we're discussing on the show, and all the details would be there. But before we move on, we've got something very, very interesting to share with you. And that interesting story is somewhat of great interest, because I was very surprised. ChatGPT has picked up the winners of the Football World Cup and has predicted these winners. So ChatGPT thinks 2026 is going to Brazil, 2030 to Argentina, 2034 to France, 2038 to Spain, 42 to Germany, 46 to England, 50 to Portugal, 54 to Brazil again, 58 once again to a country which not we would have thought the Netherlands, and 2062 to USA. So ChatGPT has certainly made global headlines. That means that Cristiano Ronaldo will have to continue till 2050. But I just thought that is something interesting that we will be discussing. Time now to start off with football. Joining us on Sports Extra is a sports journalist, a senior sports journalist, joining us all the way from Germany, Mr. Syed HAIDER. Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very fine. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. HAIDER, thank you very much for joining us. And now we all know how popular football is in Europe, but now with bidding starting in 5 countries to expand the broadcast rights beyond the horizon that we already believe has been a monumental one for football across Europe and across continents as well. How big will this be for football when it now reaches parts of the world where previously it has not been able to broadcast?
Absolutely, Ahmed. You know, football in Europe is more than a religion. Every time is bigger than religion, and the people, they are really crazy about the football in Europe, and only the game football, which is all over the Europe being played. And it is definitely it's very interesting for the European football that they are going to make new bets, and definitely they will get more money from the football. And it's a good sign for the sports. I think in no matter it's being earned by football or cricket, but and end of the day it's going for the sports, and by which I think the European Football Association, they will work more for the football development and more better teams. As you have right now, you have told from the GPT that which team will be the winner of the World Cup, and you have told Germany is after the France. I think Germany and France are equal, and GPT has to change their prediction, and Germany is in a good shape now. We have seen the last year the European Cup. We have seen that Germany, they have done well. France, they were in the final, and Germany also will be a big candidate for the next one, Football World Cup next year. And it is always very important for the people who are watching the football outside the Europe, that the teams, how they have managed their football in their teams in the country, and how they have developed the football in their countries. So Asian countries, especially over Pakistan, they have to learn, and they have to get some teachings from
Right.
the European teams, that
Right, Mr.
how
Haider,
they
if
can.
we look at the total financial outlook, this has to be something that we need to understand over here. UEFA is aiming for 5 billion euros per season in terms of media partnerships now. This is insane amount of money.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a very big number that what they are looking, and definitely they will get it, because nowadays the sports is the most important thing in the life of people, and people are very much interested to the sports, and it is also an opportunity for the broadcasters or media. They can do also for themselves by through the sport, through the football also. If the media companies, they will broadcast the football, and by which they will get their own benefit also. So therefore UEFA is looking more money from the broadcasters or financiers or sponsors, that they have to invest more money in the football. And it will be definitely it will be a good sign, not only for the football, and also for the broadcasters, by which they can transmit other sports also, because the other sports, they are not getting giving money to media broadcasters, but football is only the way by which they can earn. So it's what the UEFA is looking. I think they will get it. It's really it's a big number, but how the people are interested in the football, they will get it.
Well, certainly, Mr. Heather, now, of course, let's talk about the World Cup qualifiers now. FIFA has decided to make football even more inclusive now. So we're seeing the change in format. We're seeing teams qualification happening across continents. But Cape Verde, the latest qualifier from Africa, their very first journey in a FIFA World Cup. How special will this be for our African nation?
Absolutely, it's amazing that a smallest country in world by area, Cape Verde, they have qualified and they have beaten Estonia. So it's really amazing for the big countries that a small country by the population is Iceland. Iceland already qualified for the FIFA World Cup year ago, but now the Cape Verde, they have qualified. So it's amazing. They have beaten Cameroon also in the qualifying round. They have beaten Estonia, and now they will go to the US and Canada and Mexico for the next World Cup. It is a very good sign for the Cape Verde also, because Cape Verde is a holiday resort island, and by through the football, they will get more importance, and they will get more attraction to their country, their island, and definitely people will travel there. But Cape Verde, what they have done, really, it's appreciable, and it's an amazing for the country, not only the Cape Verde, but also for the footballers, sportmen, and everyone. They belong to the Cape Verde.
Well, Mr. Haider, I'd like you to comment on this as well because you've toured the world now, you've seen football nations. Football has been so much Europe-centric that sometimes we forget what football means to African nations as well. And when we talk about some of these countries who have already been on the FIFA stage, including Ghana, which I've thought has been a fantastic team over the years. They had a great FIFA debut as well. But now we're going to see Cape Verde, as you mentioned as well. What does football mean to African nations?
You know, the football is only the game where the South Africans they are playing, because football we have seen in second last World Cup Morocco how they have played from the Africa, and other countries like Ghana and Senegal and other African countries. They are really, the football is I think I understand also. I have seen that football is only the game they are playing, and it is very important in their lives because they have only the one entertainment. You know, the Africa is backward continent, and the facilities are not available like that in Europe or in some Asian countries or in American countries, but in Africa, there are not facilities available, not good grounds, not the necessities for the football available. But still, they are playing and they are producing a very good players and teams. So it means that the football is the only thing in the Africans' lives, that what they are getting the entertainment from this game, and they are getting energy through the football. They are energetic, electrified, and very composed, only due to sport and football.
Well, certainly. I would also believe that, there's a lot more going into the world of football when we believe African nations are coming up as well. But still too early to say this, Sir Haider, but is there any team, apart from Germany, obviously that's going to be your home favorite with your country of residence at the moment, but any other team that you believe might surprise everyone in the next FIFA World Cup?
Spain, they have surprise always. Spain is the Spain, Portugal, and also Netherlands. They have qualified last year in the European Cup to the semi-final. Even they were out of World Cup in 2002 also, and after that, one more World Cup they were out. But now Netherlands, they are in a very good shape. Germany is always a champion team. France, they have won many times Football World Cup, and they have qualified for the finals. So France, Germany, Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain, they are the big countries of football. I think in among these countries, what can we see in the future World Cup next year? We can see some very special performance, I think, from Spain, because Spain is a very strong team, and Spain, Yamal, the young player, they have produced a new superstar, Yamal. So Spain could be a very good candidate to come into the finals.
Right, certainly. Danku schön, Sir Haider, and it was a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a senior sports journalist from Germany, Mr. Haider, joining us. And he's mentioned Spain. Spain is a bit interesting now. The last time Lamine Yamal was representing Spain, there was chaos at his school, and he had to appear for exams again. So, I mean, a young prodigy from Spain is always on the cards for the World Cup. But on that note, we go towards a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sports Extra. Time now to discuss cricket. Pakistan's test match against South Africa, where day 3 has ended in spectacular fashion. Now we're expecting a result tomorrow, as South Africa are still very much in a strong position, but Pakistan would have to get 8 more wickets to win this test match. They were out cheaply in the second innings, let's be very honest. To discuss this further, joining us in studios is first-class cricketer and sports expert KASHIF MAJEED. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Ahmed.
How are you?
I'm perfectly all right, thank
Well,
you.
what a remarkable change of events now. I mean, batters who were getting 90s and 70s in the first inning were out cheaply, and it felt like that they never really expected the pitch to do this.
I guess if we just go through this with Imam's, yes, pitch has to do, but second ball coming out of the crease against the spin, it's his fault. Shakil was playing excellently. The way he mid-wicket was there and he wanted to clear that mid-wicket, so it was his fault. Salman Ali Agha, yes, he was losing partners from the other very quickly, but still he can manage some runs with those last 3 wickets. So he got out playing a sweep shot. So most probably, yes, wicket is doing something. But eventually when we see the dismissals, you can see that they've been in sort of a hurry to score few more runs. They've been thinking that 250 plus for South Africa is much more than that, and most probably they just wanted to cross, touch 300 mark, and that is it. That was the score they have thought for the South Africa in the 4th innings. So most probably this is where they lost the track, because this wicket, it has got a bite for the spinners, but not as quick turn as someone wanted to be. It can be a slow turner, and among those 5 takes, 10 to 15 deliveries, there is one with a sharp spin of the wicket, but rest it can be manageable. So most probably it can be a tricky target, because South Africa with Zorzi and Ryan Trickleton, they've got a chance.
Oh, there's a lot of debate right now in Pakistan about the nature of this pitch now. Former Test cricketer Waqar Yunus, who's been a coach as well, has said that, it's just ironic that a pitch like this in a country which has produced spectacular fast bowlers is just ironic and makes you question the future of fast bowlers. But I believe even in those days when we had greatest fast bowlers, they were bending their backs. Even if I had a fast bowling supportive wicket, I doubt anyone from our bowlers would have bowled 20 overs in a day.
When we talk about Waqar, Wasim, Shoaib, Zahid, they just, take pitch out of the equation.
They didn't care, probably.
Because ultimately, if you want to bowl someone, pitch has nothing to do with it. If you want to York someone, pitch has nothing to do with it. They all wanted a semi-old bowler or old bowler with one shiny side, and that is it. Because ultimately, because 80% or 60% or 70% dismissals with the old ball is just bold or the LBWs, and that is it. So does Wasim, so does Shoaib, Mohammad Syed, and everybody. With this wicket, most probably Mohammad Asif would have been struggled, and no other fast bowler would have been. Because, and I like the fact because we are producing these wickets, and I like the fact because there are a number of centuries being scored in the first class cricket. Why? Because for the last 20 years, we haven't have produced a single fast bowler who can, come up with a pace of 150 kilometer per hour. Why? Because these wickets, in domestic, they've been so supportive to the fast bowlers previously. We've seen things got wrapped up in domestic arena in 1.5 days with these fast bowlers. So why not? Let's for a change and give batters the confidence that they can score centuries, because if you move around the globe, hardly you find a fast bowler's paradise now lurking in any part of the world.
But it's ironic, isn't it? Because I was very surprised when I read a lot of hate comments on digital media criticizing the nature of the pitch and the way this test match is going. And unfortunately, with all due respect to some digital cricket experts, we as a nation love a test match, Kashif, being wrapped up in 3 days in England and Australia. But when it happens in Pakistan, we don't like it.
Psychological effect. I want to comment something for the Babers fans too, and most probably you'll agree because you've been playing cricket yourself. We started loving Babar when he started playing those quality strokes against the fast bowlers in Sena countries. That is it. We don't like Yunus Khan because he was exceptional against the spin and most probably would have struggled against the fast bowler, or most probably as not stylish as much Babar have been against the fast bowlers. But scoring over 50 runs per innings in a test match and playing all across the globe, Yunus can be a legend. But since he was exceptionally good against the spin, and we have the history of the quality batters playing spin very well, history, remember history, not the current lot of the cricket. So we have got the history of batters playing exceptionally against the spin. So that was a very common sighting for us, a batter from Pakistan playing spin very well. Babar, being an exceptional guy, just shifted the paradigm. It can be a paradigm shift because he started playing the fast bowlers very well, and just not in Pakistan, across the globe.
But now, because you've mentioned Babar Azam, and I know it's a picky topic to many, let's take a look at this very interesting stat that we've got regarding Babar Azam, and of course me and Kashif will analyze. So most runs in ICC World Test Championship for Asian players now. Babar Azam over there with 3,021 runs in 67 innings.
If we can bifurcate those stats In first two World Test Championships from 19 to 21, 21 to 23, he's averaging above 60. In this, in the last, just wrapped up with 23 to 25, he's averaging 26. And those 26 are because now we started playing on those tricky surfaces of spin. And we know for a fact that he struggles against the spin. Although he was playing exceptionally well today, just got unlucky or bit of a KG's Rabada's magic with this in-dipper. But he was playing good.
No, so, but the people are actually trying to explore this, that the intent they wanted from Babar, he started showing in test match cricket.
And most probably it was the right technique, because you cannot defend all those spinning deliveries. You have to think that you want to score on every delivery, and this is where spinners would struggle. And we have seen Muthusami, bowling one shot, then got hit over his head, and then a cut shot, 3 consecutive fours on this surface against the left-arm spinners who had taken 5 wicket all in the first innings. He was playing, he was playing as if we've seen Babar playing. He was, there are certain comments going on that he's back and he's playing those shots of his, but eventually he got out of a ripper of a delivery from KG Rabada out of nowhere, fast bowler producing that kind of delivery. And that kind of delivery we are used to seeing our fast bowlers doing in our prime days, 90s fast bowlers, or even previously, because we've been playing that sort of cricket in our domestic cricket. Our domestic cricket, if we just go back, courtesy PTV, thank you very much, because the finals or the semi-finals have been telecast through PTV. We've seen National Bank playing against Habib Bank or PIA. These are the surfaces, dead, flat tracks, and eventually Zahid or Shoaib Akhtar and Wasim and Waqar and Shahid Nazeen and Fazil Akbar and all those guys producing miracle of those deliveries.
Well, I'm going to come back to you, Kashif, because we have to discuss how important tomorrow's first session is. But we're going to come back to that. We're starting, I think, overall in a perspective where Pakistan should wrap this game before lunch. That's the perspective that most of us think. But we'll ask Kashif after we discuss something very, very important, and that is Pakistan versus India in the Sultan of Johor hockey tournament. When you talk about that, and I think it becomes very, very clear that Pakistan's youth team performance has been a bit mixed and matched. So we've not been able to really pick out the performance as well. And I think it really matters how we're going to gauge this team, because their transition into the senior lot is going to be what's going to feed Pakistan hockey. And Pakistan hockey is at a very important moment right now when you talk about them being part of the Pro League as well. So I think that is another welcome development that we have celebrated over the past couple of months as well. To discuss this further now, we've been joined someone who happens to be a former member of the Pakistan hockey team, an Olympian as well, and he's represented Pakistan hockey when it comes to the international stage. We've been joined by Mr. Salman Butt. Assalamu alaikum, sir, and welcome to the program.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you very much for joining us. So what would you like to add about Pakistan team's performance so far? Of course, this is a younger lot that we talk about, and I'm sure that you would also agree that we have to now invest in the future. So how's the performance been for you so far?
I think so. The junior team of Pakistan is just like an experienced side, because mostly players are playing with the senior team, and I think so. Pakistan played well against the Malaysia, but struggling against England by beaten by 5-1. Now against India, hopefully Pakistan is much experienced side as compared to India, and hopefully Pakistan win this game.
Well, Imran Sahab, the last time me and you talked, we were focusing on the fact of the brand of hockey that our players were playing now. So there's been a bit of paradigm shift now where Pakistan hockey all of a sudden has become very important to media outlets as well because of their participation in the Pro League. But do you also believe that maybe we've now gone into that shift where we're probably now looking forward to play that international brand of hockey?
Yeah, it definitely, but it's very important for the Pakistan to qualify for the Pro League, and luckily New Zealand withdraw from the Pro League and Pakistan is joined the Pro League, and this is very good for the players, because players need to some experiences matches is against the world top class teams, and Pakistan will play against the top class teams in the Pro League, and this is a very good for the Pakistan hockey, for the experience, for upcoming Olympics qualifier, for upcoming World Cup qualifier. It's work for the Pakistan team, and most probably Pakistan Pakistan Hockey Federation tried to launch the league in Pakistan, because the league is also very important in the in Pakistan, because we need to give some incentive to the players, because if we show something special for the players, for upcoming young players, then Pakistan hockey team will be grow more than more in upcoming days.
Well, certainly. But, one thing is very critical at this moment, and that's why I talk about some of these youngsters, that do they have that prior experience or not before stepping into tournaments. Now, I remember your international debut as well, and that was, immediately into the 2012 Champions Trophy when you were part of the team and you debuted. But, overall your career spanned 156 international caps. But what's very important, that once you debuted, you were about, I think, 24, 25 years of age. So at that time, that is a transition where a young player is looking forward to, but immediately into a tournament.
Yeah, definitely. The young players were the most important for the Pakistan hockey and for the Pakistan future. If you give the experience for the young players against the top class teams, then you will be invested in your young players. If you not play the hockey in the world best teams, then you will be struggle. I think so. This is a very good step for the Pakistan hockey. They are in the pro league, and they give the chance to the young players, because in the Sultan Johor hockey tournament, the most players are same. They are playing in the last few years in the senior team, and now they are also joining for the junior team, and they are playing in the Sultan Johor hockey tournament. So mostly important, we how we what we invest in the young players, and this is the most important. We invest in the young players more than more, because Pakistan hockey is based now in the young players, because past is gone and now future is come. So Pakistan have a chance to build their good team for the Olympics and the World Cup.
Well, Imran, I must ask you something that has been very particular to Pakistan hockey, and that is lack of funding or lack of financial incentives to our players. Even you're part of a generation that played hockey in very testing times for Pakistan. Now, in just the recent past 6 months, we've seen, like I said, that hockey's been given some importance. They were given a go-ahead, and the government of Pakistan contributed majority of that share of them joining the Pro League as well, where that financial incentive was given. Apart from that, other sports like Pakistan Cricket Board, with the chairman PCB, when he met the Pakistani team captain, he of course announced 1 million each for players as well, because they performed exceptionally well. So maybe slowly those things can improve, but how important is this factor? Because certainly I think a lot of players have actually left hockey just to focus on their livelihoods, because they didn't have anything financially in there.
Yeah, definitely. But in the last few months ago, the media is very well support to the Pakistan hockey and also the government of Pakistan. But federation need to work hard. Federation is dependent on the government. Federation is dependent from the other side. But federation does not do any work for the players, because players are still the daily allowances of the players are pending, and this is not a good sign for the players, because if players allowances are pending and they don't clear the allowances for the players, the players totally struggles. And I think so the Pakistan Hockey Federation should take a step for the generate the funds, because we are depending on the government, and government support very well, and they gave the 25 crores to the Pakistan hockey for the pro league, and also support from the junior team. They are also in the Sultan Johor hockey tournament. So for hockey federation need to improve their improve the federation and generate the funds for the players. Otherwise, if you do not give the daily allowances to the players, you will be struggle in the future, because mostly players leave the country and playing league in the other abroad areas.
Right. Thank you very much, Imran Butt, for joining us on Sports Extra and for your analysis as well. Now, Pakistan has got a bit of history in this tournament as well. If you talk about some of the previous editions, in 2011 and 12, Pakistan managed to finish at 4th place. But 2016 was an interesting one when we finished runner-up in the tournament. We lost to Australia. We qualified for the final in spectacular fashion. But, then again, but under 21 boys, certainly looking forward to a great future for Pakistan hockey once they transition into that senior side as well. Whether, we make a bit of history in this tournament, only time will tell. But the whole tournament on one side, a Pakistan-India game on the other side, I think regardless of what sporting event it is, it's certainly a most watched spectacle as well. Now, of course, we're going to come back to cricket, and we're going to explore what Pakistan needs to do now, because if they want to win, they've got to take 8 more wickets. Now, can that happen before lunch? only time will tell. But before that, there's another very interesting stat. KASHIF is still with us in studio, which we want to analyze. So just take a look at this as well. We talk about primary team, which is Pakistan, of course, and we talk about the performance as well. Nouman Ali is right up there when you talk about wickets as well. He's taken about 46 wickets in the span of 7 matches in 13 innings, and of course, that's just a phenomenal number. Sajid Khan with 37 at number 2, and then of course you move on to Mohammad Abbas, who's been the only pacer for Pakistan. So I think that's wickets taken that is greater than equal to 10 as well. And of course, let's keep on moving on. And like I said, that this becomes a very highest average for Pakistan as far as minimum 300 runs in Test match cricket is concerned. That is Mohammad Rizwan. So two contrasting over there. And Saban Ali Agha was also part of this side, and Saud Shakil, and then Imamul Haq and Shan Masood. So two corresponding visuals, one for bowling and one for batting. But KASHIF, let's just analyze bowlers first. That majority wickets have been taken by spinners. Can they do it tomorrow before lunch and wrap this test match?
I most probably this is the last batting pair from South Africa which can manage spin well. That is it.
We have a history of tail enders.
We do have, so does South Africa. Yeah. So does South Africa. Yes, they are the current World Test champion side, but it was us who made it possible that they are the world champions. So most probably this is the last recognized pair who can bat against spin very well, and they have done in the first innings too. So most probably as soon as we get them, next 7 wickets will be a matter of 45 minutes, and that is it.
That is it. No result otherwise.
No result otherwise. Most probably this is how I see it, because if they can bat long, that will give the confidence to the rest of the team sitting in the dugout or the dressing room that they can do it too. Because we have to get this wicket, this partnership broken very early.
Allow me to be a bit cheeky. Sajid and Nouman are to the team what me and you are for as far as spin options are concerned. But thank you very much, KASHIF, for joining us. It's going to be a very interesting first hour of play tomorrow. You can watch all the action live on PTV Sports, but Pakistan TV will keep updating you with the latest results. Hopefully when we meet tomorrow, we celebrate a Pakistan victory. That wraps up the program. From me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.